It's your man Andrew Wood, and today I'm going to be doing my top 25 favorite comic book characters from super settings. Not necessarily having superpowers, but from super settings, Marvel, DC, and any settings that producing comic books like that. I'm not looking at Transformers, G.I. Joes, Star Wars, and that stuff that's technically in comic books, but isn't really for the theme I'm talking about. Now, in this video, I'd really love to get some video responses, as I have basically two different communities that comprise my subscribers here, and I'd like to see what I can do in terms of bringing those two communities together for the purposes of a video. And I'd love to see some video responses. You crank out your top 10 favorites, your top 25 favorites, your top 897 favorites. I don't care, just in terms of however many you want to put in there. That's your business, but just put the video together, hit it as a video response to this one, and to see how many we can get, see if people, are jumping over, checking each other's out. Because I know a lot of people in RPGs have that similar interest, and a lot of people that are looking at the thrift store finds, particularly for the action figures that I'm picking up for my kid. There are a lot of people in there that like that too, and I like to just see what sort of result I can get from sort of throwing those elements together. So video response would be very welcome. Also, of course, feel free, if you don't have the capability or if you don't have the interest to put together a video response, please feel free to list your top 5, 10, or 5,000 favorites and as many text responses as you need to do that in the comments below. All right, I have my list all prepared here. At number 25 from Marvel Comic Books, Rhino. I've always thought he was an interesting character. I really like the way the outfit looks. Always been a fan of him since I was a kid. And I guess he kind of has an appeal to children. On the children's stuff, they have a kind of wonky, kiddied out version of Rhino that is in a lot of the younger set Marvel toys they put out. That my kid has some of those. At number 24, Loki. Really, for two things. I love the helmet, and of course, been a big follower and largely interested in Norse mythology since I was about 3 years old. Been reading and having books like that read to me, even before I could read. There's some things I don't love about the Marvel character, otherwise he would be higher. At number 23, Doomsday, the man that put Superman down. I got that pay window there. He's got to be on this list. I think he looks badass too. The whole idea of him is really neat. At number 22, Nukchuk. It's my man, Apache Chief. I don't even know if he was ever in any real comic books, but he sure as hell was in the Super Friends back in the day that I've seen many, many times. That utterly horrible cartoon. That man would just grow big and just start putting the chops to people. So I really enjoy him. At 21, Sinestro, the sort of Satan analogy for allegory for the Green Lantern Corps. I always thought Sinestro is pretty cool, particularly in the Green Lantern First Flight movie that I've seen last year or so. It was just awesome. Sandman, the Marvel version, not the Neil Gaiman one. I think he's really interesting. I like the tweeners. Of course, there'll be a lot of heels in this list, but I like the tweeners, and he could kind of go either way. He's not really that bad a guy. Most Spider-Man villains aren't. They're like, oh, rob a bank. Okay, so what? They're not out there just like wantonly murdering people. At number 19, the only non-Marvel, non-DC character to make the list from Gen 13, Fairchild. Number 18, Aquaman. Yeah, I know a lot of people are going to hate on Aquaman. And feel free also to comment on my list here as well. But I'm talking about the Aquaman from the late 90s to the present day, a 368-pound Aquaman that's beefier than a mug, and it's a harpoon for a hand with long, crazy blonde hair. Big Atlantean looks on that guy. I think that Aquaman looks really tight. At 17, it's the Hulk. That's right, the Hulk. Hulk Bruce Banner. Enjoy that character. Number 16, the Eater of Worlds, Galactus. At 15, the Joker. At 14, Rogue. She's a really interesting character. The way she can't really get intimate with people, can't really touch anyone. That I think there's a lot of interest in that character. Although I really hated what they picked out in the movie. God, what's her name? The Sookie Steakhouse girl that played her. Yeah, Paquin. She's fucking ugly, I think. Gaff in her teeth. I can't stand her. I think she's a terrible actress, too. But I think Rogue is a neat character. At number 13, Dr. Pym. I like him more as Giant Man than anything else. But I think he's had 19 different gimmicks in Marvel Comics. He always does a job. Him is there just to put you over like he was a Brooklyn Brawler. He's the Brooklyn Brawler of Marvel, and I really love him for that. I hate heroes that just always get the pay window, and Pym never gets that pay window. He is just a straight jobber, and I really like him. I particularly liked him in the Ultimates version. It was very cool there. At number 12, Apocalypse. How can't you like the end of the world? His whole deal. With the ancient civilizations, and so I am as high above you as you are above them. So like the mutants, he's tight. I like Apocalypse. Although they job him too much, like Apocalypse should just put the smackdown on people. At 11, the man who also wants pants, Solomon Grundy, and we'll see about getting that man pants. At number 10, and I'm really more knowledgeable on the cartoon TV shows really than the comics. I have read a decent amount of comic books in my life, but really more watched the shows. Number 10, Hawk Girl, the Sierra Hall version. I think there was several different versions. One with the red hair, and that was on the Justice League cartoon. It started in I think 2001. At number 9, Venom, the Eddie Brock Venom. At number 8, Spider-Woman, the Jessica Drew version, who is the black-haired one, not the red-haired one. She's kind of goofy. At number 7, Domino from X-Force, and that was one of the comics I used to read back in the day. When I actually did read comics, that's when I got into them, like New Mutants 100, X-Force 1. I remember seeing reading all those back in the day. At number 6, this is going to be really weird to a lot of people, but from the new cartoon Young Justice, Miss Martian. I absolutely love her character. She's so goofy and silly, but for some reason she completely clicks with my sense of humor. And I know I've seen a lot of people hating on her online, and maybe rightfully so. But absolutely, I think Hello Megan is absolutely funny. So she's on the list. At number 5, Captain America. He's the highest ranking face on my list. We close it out with heels. But I do love Captain America, Star Spangled Shield. He's such a great character because he's always right. And I really loved him in the Ultimates comic books. At number 4, the Juggernaut. At number 3, the Blob, because nothing moves the Blob. I love me some Blob, and a man slapping his Gouye around and whatever. I do enjoy the Blob. What's his name? Freddie Dukes, if you will. At number 2, Mystique. Absolutely love Mystique. I think she's an absolutely badass character. I love her abilities. Fighting the way that she comes across. I've seen her in comics, I've seen her on the shows. I just think she's absolutely awesome. And at number 1, my all-time favorite comic book character, who has no superpowers at all, is Lex Luthor. I love me some Lex Luthor. And if you didn't take a look back there, there's a little spoiler. Got my number 25, my number 3, 2, and 1 back there. That's Luthor way back there in the corner of that setup. But that is my top 25. I would love to hear from you with video responses on who your top 10, top 25, top 912 is, and why. Also, feel free to question me on my choices or joke them as is your custom. And I'd like to also anyone that doesn't have a video desire, please feel free to list those favorites in here in comments. I really would like to see how it comes together in terms of if I can sort of stay in between these two communities that I have supporting my page, and see what kind of mixing I can get there. So thanks a lot for supporting it. Thanks a lot for everyone that does post video responses, and thanks a lot for watching and commenting. I do always appreciate that.